Hey guys, BTR Plumbing here, and today I am here with one of two of my Universal Rundle Colby urinals. My other Universal Rundle Colby is actually a new old stock I got on eBay a few years ago. I got this one not too long ago, like less than a year ago. I actually got it from an abandoned building, but obviously, like I mentioned, the other one is new old stock. I filmed it, but a few years ago. I'll have to do a reshoot of it and compare it to this one. Honestly, I think this one has a better flush than my other one. Unfortunately, I could not find a date anywhere on it. There is a lot of rust on the back of this fixture, so maybe the rust is covering it somewhere, but even then, I feel like I'd be able to see a date imprint or something. And even though that drain spot right there is a little bit covered, it won't affect the flush because, you know, there's a gap under here. All the water drains out. I really cannot find a date anywhere on this fixture. I mean, there's some markings like this, but nowhere on it I could find a date, and especially down there, there's nothing, no wax or anything down there. And if there was a date, I'd be able to see it. I mean, there's a couple numbers, like here it says 4093, but other than that, I can't really find a date. If y'all maybe see something that I missed, please let me know, but I'd assume this is probably from like the early 2000s, but this is on a toilet diaphragm. I believe it's on 1.6, so the flush is gonna be a little bit weird. Another thing about these urinals is they are not known for being really siphonic, mainly because of like the really bad trapway design. It looks massive, but I promise it's actually really small. Let me move this cup really quick that's kind of holding it up to just show y'all what the trapway looks like. As y'all can see, it's very flat and wide, so this thing is not really siphonic, and I can also do like bucket flushes to prove that. But I've looked up videos on YouTube and I've seen a few of these installed out in the wild, and half the time they don't siphon because they're too weak, or they just don't siphon at all. Really, they need a lot of water. But here is a flush. See, it siphoned. I could hear it siphon, but it was very, very weak. And like I said, these urinals actually require a decent amount of pressure to even be able to siphon. I'm gonna turn down the pressure a little bit and flush it again and see what happens here. And again, the flush is a little bit weird just because of the toilet diaphragm I have in here. I doubt that's gonna siphon. Yeah, it didn't siphon, so obviously you're gonna need some good pressure to get this thing to flush. I'm gonna turn it back up a little bit and let's just see what this does. Actually, I don't know where my chair went. Normally I have this a little closer to sit down on, but here's another flush with the pressure turned back up a little bit. So I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but it did siphon. It's just very weak. Now I'm gonna turn the pressure up quite a bit more. This thing might overflow a little bit, but I guess we're about to find out. So here is another flush with high pressure. I kind of really like the way this one flushes. It has a swirl to it. I've seen a few on YouTube that swirl. Like I think my other one has more of a straight down flush, like it kind of fills up and then siphons. But again, I think the reason it kind of swirls at the end while it's siphoning is I got a toilet diaphragm in there. I need to get a proper 1.0 diaphragm because a lot of the urinals I have use 1 gallon. So now, just for fun, I'm going to turn the pressure all the way up, and I'm going to let this tank recharge some of its water pressure, and I will be back. The pressure tank is now completely full. Here's the flush, full pressure. And it siphoned. Now that was actually a little bit more flooding than I expected. Let me just flush it again and see if it'll overflow again. Yeah, that's extremely powerful. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the pressure back down. Overall, I actually do really like these urinals. They're not very common. I don't see them very often. I mean, every once in a great while, I'll see one somewhere, but every time I find them, they're very weak and they never siphon. So it's kind of cool to see one extremely overpowered like that. And this is not a siphon jet urinal. There's just holes all the way. Let's see, starting here to about here, there's some holes that shoot out water to the front. And then you've got a bunch of rim jets up in there. They're actually pretty decently sized too. So bowl rinse definitely isn't an issue for this fixture, but yeah, I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave y'all's comments down below. And as always, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.